Okay, in fish truck news, the fish truck from Utah is here. And yeah, I knew it had that dent. I didn't care. Look how not rusty it is. This thing is in pretty great shape as far as the body is concerned. I've learned a few things about it, and remembering it was very, very, very cheap. Definitely a coolant leak. Might be the water pump. I haven't really looked that far yet, so I'm gonna have to look into that. It starts, runs, dries just fine. Gonna go through the front end. The AC works. That's nice. The battery that came with it was flat dead and doesn't take a charge, so it's in the other fish truck now. Haven't really changed much in here except the washer bottle was leaking, so I swapped that one out of the other fish truck. And then just a bunch of little things inside are all broken, so I'm slowly converting them over. So like the fuel gauge wasn't working, so I just swapped over. The mileage is wrong, but I'll never sell it, so it doesn't matter. This is a nicer one out of the other one, so I took that. That one's brand new, so I took that. I've got a different radio to go in, so I'm not even going to bother putting that in yet. Going to be pulling all the doors and changing all the door handles. Half of them are broken, so I might as well just change them all. This door card's off now. That one's about half off. So conveniently, anything I'm missing, I have another truck. This guy's broken, but I'll pull it out of the other truck. I've got one of these in the other truck. So no, I've already swapped that light because this button was bad, so now that works, whereas it didn't a minute ago. The speaker grill covers were missing. These aren't great, but at least they're there. There was some other piece of trim I put in. I don't remember what it is now. And then, oh yeah, there were some of these vents were kind of torn up, so I replaced those. And I know the headliner isn't great, but remember, this is rice fishing. I did swap that handle. The one it had wasn't great, and you know, that is something I use. That seat won't even stay in here, so that doesn't matter. I swapped all the jack stuff over because this one was all out, and the one in the other fish truck is all brand new, so took care of that. Like I say, you can see door handles are busted. Pretty common on these. You know, it's a kind of a weak link. So we're getting all that taken care of, and we'll be swapping the Firestones over. And then I'm not sure how well that shows up in here, but the undercarriage is very nice. Let's see here. So there you can kind of see just how nice that is under there. The door opens perfectly and stays open, unlike the other fish truck. Oh, there's that door card. So yeah, I may bother putting that on there. I doubt it, but I might. We'll see. That's a maybe. I've got one in the other fish truck, so I'm going to take everything that's good out of this truck and either put it on a shelf and keep it, including the engine, or, you know, swap it into this truck. So you can see it's already starting to pile things up in here. And I haven't decided which of those dash bezels I'm going to use yet. They both look pretty fine, but I don't need it yet until the radio install is done. And there's the one I swapped out, and one of the stolen vents. I took that light down. The speaker covers, I may grab that. I don't know yet. So yeah, we're slowly grabbing things. And then I really considered swapping this console over, but honestly, I never put anything in it, so I'm not sure that it's worth bothering with. I may see if it's something anybody wants and pull it down anyway, but I'm not too worried about it right now. The one thing that's nice is now the fuel pressure, the fuel gauge works, so that's kind of nice. So it didn't before. So now I'm hoping I actually have as much fuel as it says. So see, she says I got a half a tank of gas. That's kind of nice. So my scanner's out on loan, so when that comes back, we will verify what it says I have versus what this says I have. The AC worked, the heater stuff worked, so all the switching is good. The interior's in pretty good shape. This thing doesn't open, which is not uncommon, but boy, are these hard to come by now. So before I destroy this getting it open, I want to see if I can source one. Didn't expect those to become rare. And then I did order door pins. I don't know on the phone if I can show you. Just, yeah, you can hear it, how much that wiggles. Super common on these. So I've got some pins coming. And I ordered camping mirrors for it, just like on the blue truck. So that'll be nice. So, you know, that'll be really, really nice, actually. I didn't even know that was an option. I have new wiper blades coming. Trying to think of anything else interesting that has changed on the fish truck. But there's a bit to do. The coolant leak is something I'm going to have to take care of, but I'd rather do that in the shop. So we'll do that when I can take it up to the shop. And then, like, somebody broke the little nut on there, but I have one on the other truck, so it's not a big deal. You know, it's kind of nice having a running parts vehicle right next to you that you can just keep swiping things off of. So, I mean, look at that. You can literally just turn bolts. These brake lines, they look new. That's literally why I wanted this truck. I'm tired of dealing with rust. It's getting frustrating. So, yeah, this is seems to be a pretty good purchase so far. And like I said, we'll keep that motor because it's only got about 6,000, maybe even 6,200 miles on it, because it had spun a bearing. I sure wish that these two had the same console. That would have made life a little easier, but they don't. It's not the end of the world. And then, just to show she starts, since this is the introduction to the fish truck here, and for anyone who's not familiar with the concept, ice fishing in Minnesota involves driving on water. You don't take your fancy new truck, you don't take anything real heavy or heavier than you need. But the beauty of these, and why I'll always have one of these Suburbans, take that seat out of there, you lay all this down flat. My portable fish house, the auger, my heaters, all my fishing equipment, everything fits back here inside the fish house, which is heated, so everything thaws. Yeah, it's really, really convenient. You can be out on a lake and set up in no time flat. It's really, really handy. And then eventually I'd like to get a wheelhouse, which is a drop-down style fish house, and we'll get this guy set up for towing, something like that. Then I'll have the option of doing the portable or a wheelhouse. That'll really be nice. But yeah, and then, you know, flip her on, turn the AC on. So you heard the compressor kick, so she's running. Now the compressor's got a little noise to her, but it's not the end of the world. It works. It's nice and cold in here. I definitely have a light out somewhere. I haven't even looked for it yet. Is it the back one or is it the front one? I don't know. I'm going to say it's this one. Conveniently, I better have one. So, yeah. So that's that's the introduction to the fish truck. They're not expensive. And I think between getting it shipped here and buying it, I've got about $3 grand into it. By the time I swap stuff over, I'll have about maybe $3,400 into it, depending on whether I have to do the brakes and any front end work. So, which would not be uncommon for the age of this vehicle and the mileage. So I'm expecting to have to do brakes, and I'm expecting to have to change some ball joints or you know, at least some tie rod ends. We'll see. We'll see what happens when we have it up off the ground. And then I'm going to change these lights because these ones are much newer. I replaced those when I first got this truck, so let's put those in because they're nicer. But yeah, overall, it's in pretty good shape. I'm really, really happy. And the dealer was really happy to sell it because of being all dented and with the interior all dicked up. Who would want it? Well, I'm the guy who actually needs something like that. And being all smashed up, I got it for a song. So, alright. That's where we're at on the fish trucks.